In a world with entirely too many shows about cars, this is another pointless automotive podcast.
All right, welcome back to another pointless automotive podcast. Chadwick and Frank with you again for another installment of this lovely little thing we do. Frank, how does this evening find you?
It finds me uh turgid and strategically swollen. How about you?
Hungry? Thirsty? I don't know how to
Wow.
react to that statement. I feel you.
Yeah, well,
I'd like
ooh.
to.
No, no, you
Any-
don't.
anyway, let's get that out of the way. No, let's jump right into it, man, because
Yeah, what are we doing?
we've done these, and it's been a while. I think we checked back. It's been a significant amount of time that's passed. Automotive grudge matches. We like
Grudge
to,
match.
and we're not. There's no scientific like methodology to this. This is just us pitting two OEMs. Usually, I guess we could do models, and I think we have done that before. But we just kind of come at this conversation going at it with
Yeah,
again, no rhyme, no reason.
sinking into the madness.
This one, my friend, we have done some classics in
Mhm.
Ford versus Chevy. We've done Subaru versus Mitsubishi, Mercedes
Yeah.
versus BMW, and that's all lightweight bullshit compared to what we're talking about today, buddy. And I think this needs to be done. We're gonna do Mercury versus Oldsmobile, and
Hell yeah.
dude, I think this is a reflection of us. I think this is a reflection of this podcast because we're outdated, we're defunct,
Put
we
out
don't
to pasture.
shouldn't
Yeah.
exist anymore, and
Mhm.
these two OEMs don't in Mercury and Oldsmobile. So let's fucking get into it, buddy. And
Should we?
historically, I tend to do I pick like a category or subcategory, and I kind of
Right.
pick two models that are best representing that quality in that OEM. And
Sort of
today's-
hard with these ones, though.
it is hard. I got creative, and by creative I mean lack of sleep, too much work, and I kind of just wrote some bullshit down.
Cocaine.
Lots of cocaine. I'm gonna start off, my friend. This is it, and I welcome your criticism of this breakdown. But
Coming at you.
rad and obscure is how I title this one. The Mercury Capri XR2
Okay.
versus the Olds Quad 442.
I mean, they're wildly different cars.
But wildly both cool fucking cars in their own rights.
You know what's interesting
Both of these cars.
is I'm curious what production numbers are, if there are production numbers out there on them.
No.
I see Mercury Capris of this era,
Mhm.
which for the uninitiated is an Australian built Mazda engine,
Yep.
front wheel drive, two-seat convertible, although frequently sold with a hardtop.
Yep.
In NA or XR2 turbocharged guys.
Yep. Mazda drivetrain.
Whereas, correct. Whereas the old Quad 442 is a front-wheel drive, two-door, four-seater, pseudo-luxury front-wheel drive performance,
Coupe.
dual overhead cam.
Quad
Cool.
4.
So two very different cars. And you would think the more practical one, I should say, the old Quad 442 would be the one that you would still occasionally see.
Mhm.
But for me, I absolutely occasionally see Capris.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm sure I have. I cannot name a time that I've ever seen an old Quad 442 in the wild.
The Quad 442s were actually pretty rare. Any of the I can't remember seeing a Quad 4 powered Oldsmobile, whether it be a
Sure.
Calais or whatever, in the
Right.
wild, to tell you the truth. And to be fair, I see Capri and Capri XR2s for sale here and there, but I don't
Right.
really ever see them out in the wild. So
Oh, I
think-
do. I see them
Really?
occasionally. Yeah,
Get the
yeah.
fuck out-
I
where
feel
the
like I see a
fuck-
couple a year.
Get out of here. A couple a year.
Um,
This guy.
So apparently, roughly 1360 is the production number of a Quad 442.
Insanely low.
Um,
Yeah.
Although then this is around 2,000 units, so who knows? but let's just say 2,000 units. And then they made like a high performance one that with 204 produced. But yeah, so yeah, pretty uncommon thing. Um, I'm such a sucker for that quad 442. I've got to go with that. And I think I'm going to say that because it's believe it or not, I feel like it's a more unique thing.
Time out. More unique than the convertible front wheel drive turbocharged Australian built domestic badge Japanese powered car.
Yes.
Cool.
You know how many domestic badged Japanese turbocharged cars there were in the 80s?
The Australian part.
No one cares about the Australian part. Australians don't care about the Australian part. Yeah. The ghost of Steve Irwin does not care about the Australian part.
Too fucking soon.
Come on, it's not like I got hit by a Corvette Stingray. The thing is, in the 80s, there were lots of convertibles.
Mm-hmm.
From every manufacturer had a convertible. Various sizes, 2-seaters, 4-seaters, whatever. A semi-luxury, high-revving, twin-cam, manual domestic coupe.
Yep.
Is a pretty rare bird. Like that's a pretty unique offering. And then they slap on the 442 badge, which is like a throwback to the muscle car era, which is totally like an anachronism to kind of the car at hand. But I'm in support of the anachronism. Like I think it's dope.
So Oldsmobile, you're picking for this one.
I'm taking Olds.
I'm going to be honest. I couldn't pick a winner because Quad 4 fires up the old loins region better than just about any other power plant out there.
Makes it jump.
And the Quads 442 is probably like, is that pinnacle Quad 4 application? It's right there. Body cladding's great.
Production car, yeah. I mean, there's the Achieva SCX,
also
which was pretty special.
Tier. Yeah, we're talking S tier, right? On a tier chart. The Capri XR2 though, I got to say a couple things. Yeah, it's an alt for a Miata, kinda front wheel drive. Sorta. Sure, we'll take it, but you get a 1.6 turbo. Yeah, Lotus Elan, budget Lotus Elan, if you will.
That's right.
Back seat. It's got a back seat.
Oh, it does? Okay.
It does.
Oh, you're right. It does.
Yeah, it does.
Was it optional, or did they all have them?
They all had them.
They all had them. Okay.
I could shoehorn my kids to add another level of torture to their lives. But
you just bust in the back seat.
How
that's
fun
you
would
putting
that
your
be?
kids back there.
They would fucking love it. I don't know. It's got pop-ups. It's got a turbo. It's convertible. It's got a back seat. There's so much to love about it. It's so unique. There's nothing else really like it. Mercury badge and all. So it's just those two. It's too much. Both of those cars equally I couldn't pick a winner, but I just wanted to shout out how when you say Mercury and Oldsmobile, you don't jump to these kind of cars, but how cool. Just even though you picked Oldsmobile, they're both immensely rad cars.
Can I pick the next the next fighters in the battle here?
Yeah, round 1 or round 2.
Minivans.
Shit. Here we go.
You going Silhouette?
Oh.
You going come on.
It takes a Villager.
Yes, thank you. Mercury Villager, which again is another rebadge. There's going to be a lot of rebadge battle going on here.
Probably why these OEMs don't exist anymore. But yeah, we're putting that piece of the puzzle back in there.
And I'm trying to think, were there ever? Because you could also go. Not Quest. I mean,
Jesus, I thought you were going to say Quad 4 powered.
Oh, that'd be sick. Quad
swap. Okay,
God,
no.
If I woke up with Bezosian money,
a Silhouette
Quad 4 turbocharged Quad 4 power swapped Silhouette.
God damn. All-wheel drive.
Yes, you do one in the rear as well. So you have a front rear dual Quad 4. Oh boy.
God, that'd be cool.
But yeah, no, minivan. You go in your Nautica Villager, or you going your like a Silhouette They made that like buttercup yellow color
Yeah, they
you
did.
can get
Uh,
with the singing doors that play the little chime when it when
I'm
they close.
team Villager because they had so many variants. You're right. They had the Nautica, but they also had like there were a couple other ones there. And I'm a real sucker. I almost bought a really clean gold and because you can get two tones. It was
Hmm.
gold and green, that bright kind of forest
Oh yeah,
green with gold badging option. And I
sick.
thought that looks so fucking good. So I go Mercury Villager in this contest, my friend.
God, I think undoubtedly the Villager is the better thing to own
Yeah.
because it won't die as frequently.
Hmm.
I think today you roll up into a Carson Coffee in a perfect Villager or a perfect Silhouette,
Either way. Yeah.
you are getting the honeys, if you will,
I
in the
plus.
Silhouette. And by honeys, I mean men like us. Um,
Fair enough.
if you roll up in a perfect Silhouette,
Oh God, yeah, dude.
I think, and at this point, that is really the only reason you own one of these cars
Mm.
is to win the cars and coffee, as they say. So with that, I think I'm going. I think I'm going to counter you on this. I think I'm going to go Silhouette.
Silhouette, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh. Um,
Have you seen the silhouette of a silhouette?
it's
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 incredible.
interesting. It's an interesting
Yeah.
silhouette.
Yeah. It's like Adam Driver's silhouette.
You can't. Okay. I don't think we need to unpack that.
It's like
I,
Adrian Brody's silhouette.
ooh, now you're stretching, buddy.
We talked about stretching last episode. We're not doing that again.
We're not going back there.
Yeah, we are. But no, yeah,
You
that's
can't lose. You can't lose if you can find a clean example. I'm telling you that villager dude, and it was like a BMX off-road park, and it was like these dudes rolled up, and they were like younger, so it's like a family inherited vehicle, and you could tell it was
mhm,
grandma's fucking treasured piece, and they were
mhm.
just like casually like pulling their bikes out of it and shit, and I was like, what's the story, guys? And they're like, no, we can't sell it. I'm like, fuck. It was such a good combo, like that green and gold with the
Yeah.
gold badging too. Oh, brilliant combo, dude.
God,
The gold
can you
wheels. It had
imagine?
it had the silver, the gold wheels on the inlay parts.
Yeah.
It was so clean, dude. Like didn't have a scratch on it. It was just
Can you imagine
unbelievable.
the people that do come up to them about like trying to buy their car like you just did? Just the most like unhinged,
Oh,
unwashed,
dude. Yeah.
like swath of humanity coming up to them. Can I buy your minivan?
You just perfectly described me, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I came out, I saw it as I was going into the porta potty, and I
Mhm.
just about faced, still pants half off. I just
Yeah,
had to make an offer, man.
yeah, as
Um,
one does.
that was a
By
good
the
one,
way, I
dude.
like how like heavy hitting we've started out with minivans and the quad 442 and the
Look, we didn't misrepresent on this grudge match. It's Mercury versus Oldsmobile, my friend.
yeah.
This is as good as it's as good as it's gonna get, and it's never gonna
What
be this good
else?
again.
What else
Um,
are you thinking?
so budget performance sedans. These cars,
Okay.
these automakers both had two that come to mind for me. And
Okay.
I had the pleasure of owning one. But so I think you like this one more than the Quad 442 a little bit because you mentioned
Oh.
this one a lot. The Olds Cutlass Calais International, which you could get
Mhm.
as a sedan because this is a sedan competition
Yeah.
with a Quad 4 and a manual. And those are pretty fucking rare. Like to be brutally
Yeah.
honest, those are
Yeah.
insanely rare. And I love how they look. I love the
Yeah, they're cool.
they're
They're
cool.
boxy, they're upright looking.
The competition, the Mercury Tracer LTS, which
Well,
doesn't
smaller.
smaller, doesn't look as good, still a sedan, but the Mercury Tracer LTS's hidden weapon is Mazda. It's got a Miata BP engine, which would have been in the
Mhm.
NA8s, starting
Yep.
there with that 1.8 liter dual overhead cam screamer of an engine. Stuffed it in a small sedan. With a Mercury badge? That's wild.
The
Uh,
luxury touring sedan.
right with a 5-speed manual and teal if you shop
Yeah, I
wisely.
believe so.
There's probably zero for sale in the country right now. Both of these are both rare as fuck. Which one?
I don't want to keep going back to the well, but I think I gotta go olds on this one. I think I
Mm,
gotta do the international series. It loses well, it's funny because it's got like the more luxurious accoutrements.
mhm.
but it still probably loses on NVH because of
That quad
the
four.
power. The quad four is it's like an old single cylinder BSA or something. This old thumper. It's just rattling around.
But both of these cars don't look like they would have a high revving power plant, and they both
Right.
do. You got to remember
Yeah.
that the Tracer LTS 7,000 redline, baby. It's
And again, it's probably the better car to own is the LTS.
reliability 100%, right? Like
Mhm.
Mazda gearbox, Mazda
Serviceability.
PP engine. Yeah, it's so easy to work on. It's an Escort protege if you need body panels and other parts. I also picked Oldsmobile, even though I've owned the Tracer LTS. I picked the Cutlass Calais International. Such a clean looking car, dude. And to pop the hood and see a quad four in that nice little thing,
Yeah. With like
It's-
the red
Oh.
finned valve cover.
so cool.
What I'm curious, you think those are a 60,000 mile timing belt interval?
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah.
I would say.
I
so.
mean, there was
I
some
would-
stuff in that era be like 30,000 miles. Like I know 924s, I think are 30.
Oh yeah,
Or not
abso-
924s and 944s. Yeah,
Yep.
they're like, yeah,
If that,
Um,
right? They're even smaller than that, I think.
15.
Whenever you drive the car, you just instead of oil changes. But no, it's both of those cars. Like I said, the Tracer LTS still near and dear to my heart. I kind of miss that car because it was so nothing else like it, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a Miata powered little sedan. Don't worry
Who
about
bought,
it.
like the guy that bought it? Is he local? He or she local? Or are they
It's-
far away?
So the story, I thought he got an update for some reason. He sent me an update. I can't remember that one, but the funniest thing was him and his friends were doing a cheap car like road trip challenge,
Hmm.
and it had to be a domestic for like
Okay.
under a certain price point because I sold it
Sick.
pretty cheap. I got it for nothing.
Yeah.
The thing was, it's kind of fucked because it's a Mazda, right? Like he's cheating. Like big
Right.
time, because if everybody else showed up with like Cavaliers and actual, Ford Ford
Domestic
Escorts,
power. Yeah.
sure, or like I don't know what else would be horrible, a Dodge Shadow, which I love, but
Right.
not a great car.
Dodge Avenger without a Mitsubishi power plant.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Tracer LTS was kind of cheating, but it is so obscure you can get away with it, right? Like your friends
Sure.
aren't going to call you out unless they hear you hitting like 7,000 RPM on a manual. Yeah. No,
What
it's
the hell?
he was an interesting dude.
Did it survive the drive?
I think, oh yeah, I think he held on to it, and he said something like he sold this some other crazy guy that was like fiending for one of these things, and I'm like,
Yeah.
drop his name somewhere down below because we need to talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a cool sale.
Okay. Can I cook up another
What do you got?
another matchup? And this is going to be a matchup of lineups.
Okay.
I present to you the final death. So the death note year for each manufacturer.
Oh,
So
good
would
one.
you rather have the 2004 Oldsmobile lineup, which was the last year, or would you rather have the 2011 Mercury lineup? And let me read them to you. Unless you know, do you happen to know the lineups?
I
for
could
each?
guess. I can. This is my shitbox knowledge base, dude. I think I
Yeah.
could name a lot of these. I bet there's going to be an intrigue, right?
Well, okay, so let's go.
Oldsmobile.
So you want to start with Oldsmobile?
Mhm.
So okay, so 2004, there was not an intrigue.
Oh, they had just
Very intriguing, but no intrigue.
So they had the what was the Grand Am counterpart? The I could draw the car right now. It's
They offered it in coupe and sedan.
they did. It's a Grand Am. It's a Pontiac Grand Am.
The Oldsmobile,
Something.
Alero.
Alero.
The Alero.
You had the Aurora still, right?
No, Aurora was dead.
Well, fuck them.
No Aurora.
No Bravada.
It was a 3 model. They dare call it a 4 model lineup because they broke the Alero into coupe and sedan.
That's
but really,
fucked.
there are 3 models. The Alero is one.
No Bravada.
Bravada is one.
Okay, and then the Oldsmobile. Did they keep the Silhouette to the end?
The Silhouette.
Good.
There's the 04 Silhouette, which was a rebadge of the Uplander. Or was it the Chevy Venture then in 04? It might have still been the Chevy Venture.
Might have been. Yep.
Uplander or Venture. The 04 Oldsmobile Bravada. And
Ford
the
Escape.
04, exactly.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Not Ford Escape. The
S10
GMT
Blazer, yeah.
360 Trailblazer. That was Trailblazer platform.
That's true. They switched, but yeah, that was for a long ways here.
Yeah, and then the Alero. So would you rather have that lineup, or can you guess the 2011 Mercury lineup? Also 3 vehicles.
Ooh, Mercury. Fuck.
That was not one of them. No, the Mercury fuck was out of
No, you
production by
did
then.
get fucked if you
They were
bought a new
out of
Mercury.
fucks by then. They had sold all of
I
the
think they
fucks.
kept the Villager, didn't they? Run that to the very end.
There was no Villager. Villager was gone.
Mariner.
There is a Mercury Mariner, which they named after the main character from Waterworld.
God, great. I heard that movie really capitalized on its huge budget.
It did. They spent it all on Jack Black.
Kevin Costner's sex drugs. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Let's start a rumor here.
Motor pills. That's why
Waterworld
they
motor
filmed
pills.
it at sea, so it's in international waters, so we can do like deeply terrible things.
Human testing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yes, the Mercury, Kevin Costner's Waterworld Mariner. 2
Sable.
others.
Mercury Sable at the end, right?
No Sable. We're Sable.
The Milan. Sorry, the Milan was the big
Mercury
one.
Milan.
Dude,
Shout out to this year's Olympics.
I can't remember my mom's birthday, so I don't. I'm assuming it's pushed out by this knowledge base. So the Milan. How many vehicles they had? Like
you can get
more.
you can get a 5-speed in them. You can get I believe even in a 6-cylinder, you can get a 5-speed in those Milans.
That's not true.
Or no, a 6-speed. It was a 6-speed. It might have been only in the 4-cylinder, but you could get a manual. I've seen one.
Now I'm gonna look.
I've seen one.
God
I've seen
damn it, dude.
And then there's one more. The Mercury that would not die.
The Mercury. Was there no, it's not an Endeavor. Why am I thinking Endeavor? That's the wrong one.
And again, just like the end of Oldsmobile, it was also platform shared with something else.
Mercury. Not the the Mariner was deeply platform shared too. They all were.
They all were. Yeah, they all were. Every one of these cars is a platform shared car.
Intrigue.
Nope, that wasn't.
I'm crossing my streams.
Never cross streams.
I'm dead. I don't know. Give me a hint. I bet I get it.
You're gonna kick yourself for this one. The Mercury Grand Marquis.
True. Yep. Panther platform.
Panther.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
So, would you rather have 11 Grand Marquis, Milan, and Mariner, which are all kind of M's, right? Grand, but Marquis,
fair,
Milan, Mariner, or Oldsmobile, Alero, Bravada, Silhouette?
I think I go Oldsmobile because you kind of get a truck, you get a minivan, and you get a piece of shit. But Grand Ams are cool. I have a soft spot for Grand Ams. I can kind of get behind that.
Honestly, like the Alero Coupe doesn't look too bad.
No, it's a Grand Am without body cladding. It's all it is.
A little bit more sleek looking.
Exactly.
Cladding. More leathery leather, I guess. Grounded to the ground. I don't know.
Would you say Connolly leather?
Yeah, not Conley leather, not rich Corinthian leather, not harvested from children leather.
Whale penis.
Not whale penis leather interior. Shout out to the Darts Prom Brawn. Or LeBron. LeBron's leather. Nobody wants that. So I think I go Mercury.
Really?
I would get a Mercury Mariner hybrid. Feels like it would actually be a reasonably okay daily, and you can get a 4x4 if you really wanted to get crazy.
Yeah.
The Milan is a completely
nothing.
I think a Mercury Milan, a 2011 Mercury Milan, is a better nothing than an Alero is.
No, get the fuck out of here. The Aleros, you could get that
manual.
That year, you had that 3.4 GM corporate V6.
Yeah. You don't want the 3-liter Duratec? Come on.
No, I don't.
Come on. You don't want half an Aston V12 as a bunch of clowns like to claim.
I absolutely don't want that.
And I think you can get a hybrid in that too. Come on, get some MPGs. Come on.
Oldsmobile on this one, buddy.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. Death Nail, the absolute slam dunk in my favor on this. In Mercury's favor, I should say. Panther platform.
Yeah, it's a good one. Mercury Murata was the best.
It was gone by 11, unfortunately.
No, for sure, but still the best Panther representative.
Have you driven a Marauder?
I haven't driven a Marauder. Like so many Crown Vics, so many Grand Marquis. I want a Marauder, and I will not drive a Marauder without the leather jacket on that came with it.
With the kind of dope like Mercury logo, like the side profile
If you
Mercury
have
head.
you can't. Don't even come at me if you're wearing a
I'll
Marauder
try not to.
jacket. But I mean, invitation's open. Don't come at me with a Marauder jacket unless you've caught at least 3 domestic charges. Like that's all I'm gonna say. Don't fake that shit, dude. Be real.
Real marauders.
The real
Marauder.
motherfuckers out there.
Yeah.
um,
You see, you. I just imagine you're like in some seedy bar in the middle of nowhere, and you're sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear that, like the shitty half door flop open,
Yep.
and some guy walks in, and he's like putting a cigarette out on the fucking heel of his boot, and he's wearing a Mercury Marauder jacket, and
Oh,
everyone's like,
dude.
"Oh shit,
Fuck.
look at that badass motherfucker!" Just like totally, yeah. It's just like the baddest man in town just
It's
rolled
so
in.
bad. It's so bad.
I have driven one, not far. I just ran one down the block and back. Kind of like outrageously disappointing.
Yeah, of course.
Like it just drives like, oh, I guess it feels faster than a normal Grand Marquis. Like it doesn't. It's not sporting at all. But
they look cool. The bumper with the Marauder engraved.
they look
it's fucking
great.
cool, right?
They look great.
Yeah.
I honestly think I would be great to buy one and then just immediately put a blower on it.
Not
And,
cheap
like,
anymore.
no.
Not cheap.
I don't think they were ever cheap, honestly.
They dip. Everything kind of dipped. I think that was the car to buy in like 2012. I think you could score one of those, probably the bottom of that, and then people held
Wasn't
on
Matthew
to 'em.
Broderick trying to save us from the end of the world in 2012?
Yeah, but not in a Marauder. That was a major oversight by the filming.
They should have done that. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them.
Well, they couldn't have done it in 20. Yeah. 2012, famously the year after Mercury died in 2011.
How about this?
What you got,
We'll
bro?
call this one Clone Wars. Both of these vehicles have near infinite amounts of like badge sharing, name changing, exact platform sharing between
Bravada.
them. We have Bravada taking on the Mercury Mariner.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
how
But like full line.
this is why it's called Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So these are their two like full on trucks, right? Like these are truckish.
I mean, sort of.
For the brands, right?
The Bravada is far more truckish. Actual body on frame.
Correct.
Than the Mariner.
But both of them represented SUVs during that initial SUV craze, right? Like, well, not the initial one, but the second coming of SUVs in that time period. What would you do? Would you take the S10 Blazer clone, the earlier Bravado,
Right.
Bravada, against the Ford Escape clone, which is the Mercury Mariner? We're not talking about them. Don't get it mixed up with the fucking Mazda.
Do you think anyone has ever actually been in a Mazda Tribute, right? Like sitting in a parking lot and someone comes up and is like, "Hey man, sick Mercury, sick Mercury Mariner." And they're like, "No, this isn't a Mariner. This is just a Tribute." You think anyone's ever pulled that off?
It's brilliant. My good buddy of mine that I'm still buddies with, Steve from grad school, where I met him.
Oh.
He had a Mazda
Fuck you,
Tribute,
Steve.
which we called the Maserati, which is very fitting for a Mazda Tribute. No, I think he's the only one I've ever known that has driven one of those fucking things. You don't even talk about a vehicle you don't see anymore.
There's a clean one on right down the road from my kid's school, and like when we walk to school on Fridays, and when we walk right by it every day. It's a green Tribute hybrid.
Jesus, late run.
And the cool interesting that had to have been Mazda's first hybrid, right?
It has to be, right?
I think so. I don't know what else it would be. And probably their only one for a while, because like they have a CX5, CX50 hybrid now, which is actually just the powertrain from a RAV4 hybrid.
Yeah, but those are all like super modern. Yeah, what did they? That's a good question.
I don't know. Mazda was not and still is not big on the hybrid game.
Didn't have it in a B2200, that's for sure.
No, that is for sure. So we are going wildly off script, which is what we do here.
What are we doing? You doing Bravada? Mariner?
I think I have to go Bravada. I like them. I like that last gen Mariner, the boxy one.
Yeah,
as just an appliance.
That's what it's good for.
They're pretty well built. Those hybrid ones are actually pretty reliable because it's a Mazda Tribute. the Mazda engine, but all the hybrid components it's all licensed from Toyota.
Right.
So, and then like, oh no, a window regulator broke. It's like $11 because it's just a Ford part, and they
Exactly.
sold those for ever.
Mhm.
So, an item to use and like as a thing, probably the Mariner. But I gotta go Bravada. Even the end run Bravada, we just kind of dunked on a little bit. The Trailblazer stablemate.
Good little truck.
Yeah, those are reliable. Those 4.2 Atlas 6 cylinders pretty good. And
I
then
do
the
like
earlier ones, like the
4.3.
the
Vortec.
4.3, those are like talk about something that looks dated today.
Ooh,
Like
it's
those
rough.
they're always in that like kind of eggplant meets burgundy purple.
I
think I gotta
wish
go Bravada.
I wish you could get a manual. That's the only like strike against the early ones. They're S10
Yeah.
Blazers. I wish GMC Jimmys for all you hardcore folks out there.
Mhm.
I wish you could get a 5-speed stick in them, but still, that 4.3
you-
Vortex, quite a motor.
I wonder, and I'm gonna try and search it up real quick. Could you ever get a Mercury Mariner in a manual?
I don't think I've ever heard of that being a thing.
Man, because you could get early escapes.
You could, yeah, base escapes. You could get her the Manuel. I don't know if a Mercury badge vehicle would do that, but we have Tracer LTSs, so why not?
Apparently, specifically '08 and '09, there was a very rare, like you could
Came
apparently
with a quad
actually
4.
spec one. You had to, like custom order it or some shit, according
Okay.
to the internet. Yeah, '06 Mercury Mariner on Motor Trend on the review, 5-speed manual in the 4-cylinder only. It was available. Huh. I don't know.
I'd like you to
Is that
buy
gonna
that.
sway me?
I'd like you to buy that and try to get that hype train going. Guys, I'm here with one of the rarest Mariner variants you can get. And then you have to
Yeah.
subscribe and
Hey guys, welcome to Mariner TV. Like it's all like an only Mercury Mariner based YouTube channel.
you
Let's
like
face it,
showing
it'd get more traction than mine does. So
Yeah, it's fair. That's back too. You're like nonchalantly doing an interior like pan, and then you go back to the manual and you're like, smash that fucking like button.
yeah, as I
God,
one
dude.
guy, one jar, the manual shifter here in my Mercury Mariner, 2008, 2009 only.
The market's going up.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's not. Those
I'm,
are all
I'm,
gone.
I'm gonna find one, and then you get the Milan.
You are not-
You get the Milan manual.
I promise we can't find either of those fucking vehicles, dude. They're gone. They're
I've
gone.
seen Car Donation got in a Milan. This is probably 2 years ago. They got in a manual Milan 2.5 4-cylinder. It was in decent shape, but like I think there was something terminal with it. Like
There-
it
There's
had,
one.
it had like a rod knock or something. It was like,
both of those vehicles. There's one no-name company that makes a clutch kit for it when your clutch goes, and you have to use that one. I guarantee it. There's no.
I knowing Ford, it's probably some clutch kit for like a Ford Mondeo that they sold in droves
but
in
not
Europe.
in the States. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna
So
find
you
like,
just got to order it from like the UK division of Ford Europe. You got to like pay fucking tariff on it. Yeah.
horrible.
But yeah, did you decide? Are you
So,
are you Team Bravada? Or are you Team
I am.
Mariner?
Yeah, for that reason, that 4.3 Vortex is like a better motor in my opinion. And the early ones were boxy. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
it. I can do it. I'm an S10 Blazer guy, so
Mhm.
do it. I'm into it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Has your well run dry? Because I got another one that's kind of.
I do want to get another one. I'm just kind of debating. Why don't you do yours first? Because I just
Okay.
wanted like the one I wanted to talk about is just like the history of each brand.
Oh,
Just pinning that, but I think that might be
jeez.
best.
That's
That might
deep.
be best served as like a dessert. So why don't you do yours?
Okay, let's do this one. This one's called Deliveries in the Rear. So,
wow.
This title, besides being a layup for a grinder joke for you,
Mhm.
pits two rear-wheel drive cars.
Is it like
from
the
these
pizza dare
OEMs.
thing?
Of course.
Yeah.
It all circles back to that, doesn't it?
Big
So
sausage
rear-wheel
pizza.
drive. So both of these automakers really produced front-wheel drive majority of their existence. In modern
Well,
times,
they're
right?
modern. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Once you
there's-
get to like the 90s, because
It was
before
really
that,
hard.
it was
Yeah.
all.
No offerings, right? But that's not true. In the 90s, there were two vehicles, and each one of these OEMs had one. You had the Mercury Cougar XR7,
Mhm.
right? And then the Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser, which was their Caprice rebadged wagon. Both of
Right.
these cars, rear wheel drive and very different. I think we can
Yes.
agree. But these were the last breaths of their rear wheel drive offerings, not counting like their base model SUVs, right? So we're
Sure.
talking like just rear wheel drive cars. This is what is this is it, baby. The last breath for these guys before they went full front wheel drive, or wrong wheel drive, as most will say.
Wrong.
Fuck, dude. Where are you going with this, dude? If it came down to it, like which one would you pick as the better vehicle and something you'd probably want to own?
Boy. And actually, just really quick, thinking back to the Bravada versus Mariner. Do you
Can't let it go,
think?
can you?
Well, no. I just had a thought. Do you think the real matchup should have been Bravada versus Mountaineer
That's fair. Like for the size.
for the size, body on frame?
But it was called Clone Wars, dude. I think the Mariner
No, I get it.
The Mariner definitely had more like rebadges.
Right, because it was really just, well, I guess two because you had obviously Explorer
Mm-hmm.
and kind of the Navajo, even though that was earlier. That was the first gen.
Still counts.
Still counts. Either way. Okay, task at hand. Sorry, there's too many Oldsmobiles and Mercuries to like.
We thought this
pull me
was
in
a
different
joking
directions.
grudge match. It's legit.
Exactly. Fucking serious, bro.
Hey, I need you to lock in.
Yeah, head in the game. Okay. So the XR7 question. They did a variant. They did a Cougar variant of the Super Coupe, right? You can get an XR7 with a supercharged 6-cylinder.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm. And not simply the.
You're referring
Did
to
you
the
get that in a
Thunderbird
manual
SC.
too?
Yep.
Yeah, the Thunderbird Super Coupe.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look this up. I hate to spend like a bunch of time just fucking googling bullshit, but I'm gonna do it. God damn it. Cougnut XR7 supercharged.
I think the one I was referring to in the 90s was the modular 4.6, right?
Well, they did both. So you had the 5.0 for a while, and then the modular.
It was the end
And
run.
yeah, you could. Yeah, so they did the supercharged.
Could you get a
XR7,
manual?
and you could get that in a manual.
Yeah, so they just took the Thunderbird
What I
SC.
thought.
SC
Yeah,
power plant
they just
drivetrain.
but they just made it, restyled it. So that versus, which is wildly different.
Wildly.
See,
Except
the only
you could get a
problem I have
V8
about the
in a
Vista
wagon.
Cruiser.
Yeah.
The only problem I have about the Vista Cruiser is that car only ever got the 305, so the 5-liter V8.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Roadmaster, which didn't have the cool like glass panels in the roof,
Correct.
but the Roadmaster you got with
Mhm.
a little bit later, you got the LT1 in it, the 260 horse
At
LT1.
the very end. Yeah. Yep.
So
And a not defunct brand Buick, but pretty much.
yeah,
Let's be honest.
zombie Buick. So I love Vista Cruisers are very cool. I think I gotta go with the supercharged manual Cougar. And I don't think I want to, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
And I've never driven one of those in supercharged form. I've driven them in the 5-liter
Yep.
V8 or no 4.6. I drove a 4.6 one, and it was utterly uninspiring.
I
Just
think
as an auto.
the XR7 looks cool. I think it's kind of a cool looking car, right? Just like this, I think the Thunderbird Super Coupes were fucking super cool looking cars. And they had the turbo one before that, which was also pretty cool looking.
Yeah, big
car, but cool car. I'm with you. I'm with you on this one, man. I think
personal luxury coupe.
Cougar XR7. I think Cougars are cool in general and cars. But I think
Right. Yeah. We've established a couple episodes ago that I think, Cougars for us are now just like
our peers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like this.
Exactly. Our wives.
Yeah, our cougars.
Like our appropriate individuals to court.
It loses a little glamour, doesn't it?
Yeah,
but
don't we all?
A shout out though, and I know you're going to go through a history lesson here, and I can't wait for it. And I'm into it. But the new Cougar deserves a little shout out too, because that was probably one of the wildest design exercises Mercury did in their modern, like going out of business
The
era.
99,
Yeah,
2000, yeah.
which I think I would get a yellow V6 manual, and I would actually enjoy that car. Those are
I
pretty
like
sweet.
I like to have that like denim blue.
Okay,
I think that would be like there's a denim blue. They have like a dark metallic red that's pretty good.
okay.
Um,
I
yeah,
don't know that
those are cool.
yellow just is it's so cool.
It's like the 2.5 manual. Yeah.
It's like he I try to be PC. It's really challenging for me, guys. But I feel like it's a how do I say this? An undeveloped second gen Eclipse in the style department. I think they tried to
Fair.
shoot for that, right? And it came out a little behind the curve,
A little
on
underdone.
the intelligence scale. But that being said, I think they're cool, and I think they kind of pair well with that second gen Tiburon V6 manual.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
those two
A lot of that
cars,
similar design
yeah,
language in there. Yeah.
a lot of overlap in what you're looking for with those two cars. So
Yeah, no, those are cool. And I think, God, now I would like to get my hands on one of those supercharged Ford 3.8 manual. Those are a car, though.
boy, those would be hard to find though.
I bet you they're hard to find. And there's a lot of cars that are hard to find.
Hmm.
And when you find a good one, they're like probably more than you want to spend, but not like unhinged.
Sure.
I've got a feeling that every one of those XR7 manual late run Cougars, like a 97 or whatever, 96,
Hmm.
every single one of them is probably owned by someone who I know what I have and they want like
Yeah.
$28,000 for it.
No way. I was gonna say
yeah, I bet,
8 to
like
10. I was gonna say 8
they
to 10
should
for
be
drivers.
like a perfect one for like 8, but there's going to be someone who's got like, they only made like however many of these, and this one's got 66,000 miles, and it's in the red color over tan, which with the polished wheels were only, like
Sure.
it's going to go full Corvette
Corvette
guy, and
specs,
so
yeah,
it's going
yeah,
to be, that's going to be the same owner, and it's going to be the same ass. Like, oh yeah, like I know what I have, and they've had it for sale for like 17 years
Yeah, those
for quadruple what it's worth.
Cougar manual, God, I bet the take rate was so low, dude. Like, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Boy,
But
but the
doesn't mean I don't want one. And I would love a great one at $8,000 and
Oh,
drive it around for a year,
dude.
and then sell it for $8,000.
that back flat glass, kind of like a Chrysler New Yorker. It's got the
Yeah.
absolute like
Yep.
fucking up and down perpendicular rear glass. I love that shit, dude. They'll never do that again.
Speaking of which,
Oh, what do you got?
that's part of what I wanted to discuss. It's like some of the more classic stuff, but then just the general history of each brand, like which CV, if you will, from each manufacturer
Okay.
do we think is like the superior
Mm.
one, right? And you mentioned that upright glass because there was a chunk of time, I want to say from like 63 to like 68 ish, somewhere in
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Mercury had have you ever seen these? They call it the Breezeway, where on I think most of their models, I don't think on the Comets, but on like the Mercury Monterey and on like the Mercury Meteor and on the Mercury Park Lane and some of that like shit that like neither of us really know anything about.
Right.
They would have, if you've ever seen one, it's bonkers looking, where it was the rear glass. So you'd have like a sedan, right? Like a pillarless sedan.
Mm-hmm.
And the rear glass wasn't just completely vertical. It was actually canted forward a little bit. Like it kind of checked back in, and it would power recline just down into but like behind the rear seat. So you would have your door
runner almost, right?
Exactly. But in a sedan with like where the bottom is sitting farther forward than the top.
It's
and
wild.
so it cants forward, and you power recline it, and it was the Breezeway because the concept was you roll all the windows down, you roll that down, and you're
Air
just
through.
kind of like on a 4Runner.
Like it.
And it's a very cool thing. And both of these companies in the 60s, 70s, and way earlier have some really crazy stuff.
Yeah, Oldsmobile with its like rocket stuff. It's 88 and all
Mm-hmm.
that kind of crazy shit.
Yeah, and like
99.
yeah, and the turbocharged like the Olds Jetfire,
Uh-huh. Right.
which together with the Corvair were the first production turbocharged vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and back earlier, so like Old started in what, like 1897 ish,
Right. Yeah.
and I want to say Mercury was like 1937 ish, maybe a little later. I think late 30s. And
Fledglings.
until until their demise,
Mhm.
almost 100 years later, and over 100 years later for, I guess, for Old.
Mhm.
So like there's a lot to unpack there of the stuff that we didn't discuss,
Right.
right? Whether we're
Absolutely.
talking the actual like a 1968 Hearst Olds, like 442, or a Mercury Cyclone, or the Mercury Comet,
Mhm.
or the fucking Olds Aerotech
Yes. Yep.
concept car, which I am obsessed with.
Dude,
I
that
love
thing's
like
fucking out of
so sick.
control.
They had like
Yeah.
they made like a few different ones, like longer tail, shorter tail, and they set what was like the bonker speed record they set in that thing. It was like
And
170
was the
or sorry,
Bonneville salt flats
270.
too, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. With a turbocharged quad four.
So
And
cool.
just like the body of work, like both of those, when we talk about, the '04 Olds and the 11 Mercury and how kind of like middling and sad those
Mm.
lineups were as compared to all of the earlier accomplishments.
So sad.
It's easy to forget about how impactful and powerful those brands were
Hmm.
for like 100 fucking years.
Yeah.
So like what do you like if you had to just pick a body of work of like this versus that?
Mhm.
What do you think?
It's tough because, like you said, there's some pretty good stuff there. I gotta go Oldsmobile, man.
Yeah.
I just think they've got the wider breadth of design was wild. But
Mhm.
just they've been around so long. They did so well. And then even the Aurora couldn't save them. So I mean
Even
it was
Tiger Woods couldn't save
couldn't save it. Maybe if he was
your
driving one,
grandpa's Oldsmobile.
his wife's golf club strikes wouldn't have been as critical.
Could have been,
But
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Critical damage.
yeah, I give Oldsmobile, and I think truthfully,
Psychological damage inflicted.
Oldsmobile won it for me anyway. By the way, on this competition, I think they
Yeah.
edged out Mercury. And like thinking back and where we started off with the obscure stuff too. I like I like what both these companies did in their oddball, like 80s and 90s
Hmm.
stuff. And then it was absolute just garbage after that, right? Like they stopped being inspiring any degree. I mean, I'm saying like I like an Aurora. It's cool. It's a Grand Am. And then
Technically,
a
the
Milan.
original one is not an Oldsmobile. Technically.
Right,
Just like the original
right.
Comet for like the first couple of years was just the Comet. It
Mhm.
wasn't a Mercury.
Sure. Well,
And some
The Aurora, right, was one of those like the Buick
yeah.
Riviera, same kind of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They want
And
to put the badge on there.
yeah. So I think
How
I
about you,
think I
man?
have to
Same.
agree. I think I have to agree because you had like even like pre-war shit, which Mercury didn't participate in. I mean,
Mhm.
technically, I guess like whatever 39, but pre-war, you had like the curved dash olds and drove like a tiller and like crazy shit and like brass era stuff.
Yep.
And then as I said, with the turbocharged and the diesel stuff, which gets a really bad rap, and a lot of that is very earned.
Hmm.
But like the Oldsmobile diesel stuff
Yep.
is certainly interesting and was as flawed as those were. They were cutting edge for
Yeah.
their time. Um
Good stuff.
and yeah, into like the Aerotech and the Quad 4 and stuff like that. So um as much as it's like not like talking about like the old Cutlass like rebadged fucking Malibu,
Oof.
or the Delta 88 like end run stuff, the
Hmm.
Malaise era. Both of these manufacturers were in a pretty bad spot in the Malaise era, and
Yep.
then they kind of flash in the pan for a moment in the late 80s to mid 90s, and then
Yeah.
a sad ending to two powerful brands. But yeah, I think I got to go. I think just on innovation, I got to go with our friends at Oldsmobile.
And I'm with you. This grudge match started off kind of a joke. It ended as a joke, but there's still some cool cars to be
Oh
harvested
yeah, yeah,
out
yeah,
of
yeah.
these two OEMs. And I'm not talking during heyday. I mean, historically, yeah, they had some legitimately like these were
Hmm.
two recognizable brands
Yeah,
that did
rolling in
well
the
for
cut.
their
Come on.
right. But there was still during our lifespan some pretty cool offerings wearing the badges. Now I'm not here to check the DNA to tell you whether they were actually from that OEM or badge
Right.
engineering operations, but at the end of the day, we can agree there are some pretty damn cool cars that wear these badges. And
Yeah, go get yourself a Mercury Lynx XR2. Come on.
XR3,
That's what I meant. Sorry, XR3. Yes.
God damn it. Yeah,
XR2.
I have one
XR2
saved.
is the
I've had
Capri.
one
We've
saved
been
on
over
my
this.
marketplace forever. That's an Escort GT, first gen.
That silver one?
Yeah. The one
Yeah,
that's been sitting in a
Oh,
mountain.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been in there
It's
for a
like
while.
in the foothills.
I saved it day two because that's my jam, Escort GTs. But it's just, I think you can still find something fun with these automakers, and they're not going to make any more. So secure them now, bring them back, have some fun with them because they're gone. They're gone forever,
God.
guys.
We should do a resurrection episode at one point.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
We don't have the
Yeah.
power.
Not an erection episode. That's on the Late Night Confidential. You got to pay extra.
I was
You
going to say
gotta-
every episode for me, but okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the reveal, if you will. Or like
It's a
you ever,
short
like-
for me.
will you ever see like
Short film.
where God, what is it called when you do like a bear with me.
We don't have a choice.
Maybe not when you, but when people they do like a rub, and by that again, bear with me. Where you get like what is it? You get like a crayon and you put it on its side or a chalk and you
Oh.
like put a piece of paper on and you like rub over it so you can
Fuck.
see the outline.
I'm blanking. I know
I
exactly.
think it's called like a like making a rub.
I think it is a
of-
rub. Like you could do like a maple leaf would be a standard one, or a gravestone or something. Anything that has any
Correct.
kind of like dimensionality to it. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
It's.
yeah. So that's how we're gonna do the reveal. Is we're gonna do a rub. Of
I
like,
usually reveal more after a rub.
not during.
It takes a while nowadays, my friend.
Fair.
Right.
Fair. They make pills for that. If and remember, if you rub for more than 4 hours with no results, consult a physician. I believe you're
enough.
supposed to seek medical attention. Speaking of seeking medical attention, hopefully I will not need medical attention after this game we're going to play. Because I will get it right and I won't be so sad at myself for getting it wrong that I make poor decisions and will require medical attention. They call that a segue for our game. Chadwick,
that what that
do you
is?
have something ready? And I can.
I do.
Okay.
Please walk our wonderful listeners and viewers. If you're on YouTube, hey,
That's right.
How you doing?
Hi.
Walk them through what we're about to take a magical journey on.
Ooh, come with me and you'll see. A game show that we're going to play called our print ad quiz game. And what Chadwick has already found, hopefully, an ad from some sort of publication, print ad from the 80s, 90s to mid 2000s. He's going to read the type copy from this ad. I will then have roughly 10 minutes, roughly 3 guesses. I get hints in between if I need them to try and figure out and deduce based on the type copy and the conversation and details therein to come up with the make, model, and approximate year of the car at hand. I'm ready. Chadwick is ready. Are you ready, dear listener? I don't know.
Let's
Play along
go.
at home. It's good fun.
Let's see if you
yell
can-
at your TV.
Yeah, beat Frank at this.
TV?
So, my
Yeah.
friend,
Whatever.
here's what I got for you. 2-page spread. You deserve nothing less.
Okay.
Vehicle is kind of front and center. We got passenger side 3/4 angle. Cool shot. Behind it, chalk drawing, kind of like pastel crayons. We have
Okay.
bicyclists competing in a race and swimmers competing in a race.
Oh,
And it
okay.
says
Are the swimmers racing towards an egg?
it's human ejaculate and semen. Yes.
Oh, good. Okay,
Absolutely.
great.
So are the bicyclists, oddly.
Yeah. How did they get there?
So the tagline is "Get in the game." So
That's what's
this print ad is horrible quality. So I'm going to be putting the old peepers on because we're not getting any younger.
Yeah. What do
Let
we
me
got?
get in here. So it is a 2-pager, and it says, "Oh my God, this didn't make it any better." Hello, microphone. Come to me. Every great team needs a serious starter. So that's the reference to the the little team-based relay,
Every great team needs a
and the
serious starter.
blank is one ambitious competitor.
Did they not want to call it an anchor? That would have been because if
The,
you're in
the
an anchor
anchor is the
position, you gotta.
fastest. You're the fastest. The anchor is always the fastest.
I know, but
Um,
they didn't say they didn't want to call their product an anchor. They didn't want to say
no.
like, hey, every team needs an anchor.
You know
Like,
who
all
could
right.
do that? Mercury. Mercury could get away with
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, they're at the bottom of the sea
From
with all those car batteries.
it's taut, in parentheses, like a toiga. No, I made that part up. Sorry. It's taut, athletic exterior to a flexibly spacious interior.
Okay. Question: is there any way that you can do it more into the mic while also reading
Is
that?
it that quiet? I'm sorry. This is
It's a,
I am
a, a
at
little
it.
bit.
Let me
Just
try to
trying
read
to.
it. This is going to be this note. I can't. Let me see how far my microphone can go, or I can hold my other laptop up. Okay, here we go, guys. This is going to be
Yeah,
a
there
little
we go.
visual.
It's just sexier.
Do you need me to start over, Frank?
No,
Or
no,
is this
no.
good?
You're good.
Okay, so we'll start off the last one. I want to say
Swimming towards
taut.
the egg.
I want to say taut again.
Taut.
From its taut athletic exterior to its flexibly spacious interior, this nimble
Ooh.
three-door coupe is that's interesting already. Is
Mhm.
cross-trained to handle almost any event with
Okay.
grace and style, with a tech specs incoming 1.9 liter engine
Hmm.
tuned for more power. And I'm
Okay.
going to leave the pricing up for now.
Okay.
That's right on the mark. The blank is a perfect. Pardon me. There is some. When I show you this, it's gonna.
Oh yeah, I'm
It's
sure
like
it's
I'm reading
like
hieroglyphs. Is
pixely.
perfect for active individualists
Ooh,
who
no individual.
take something, take their fun and their value seriously. I will not
Wow.
read
Okay.
the company
Value play.
tagline because that'll give it away. So we've got some stuff there. That is the ad, Frank.
Okay. Wow. Not a lot. I
It's
got a 1.9 powered.
we've done worse. Sorry, guys,
Yeah.
about the
Oh, for
audio there.
sure.
That was challenging.
1.9 liter,
Mhm.
three door,
Coupe.
coupe. It didn't say sports, but sort of.
Mm.
And it's for the the adventurous, rugged individualist who also enjoys a value.
Yeah.
So when I hear 1.9, I immediately think of
Escort GT
Ford.
1987.
Kind of, yes. So I think of Ford
How dare you?
in the Escort. I think of Mercury in its Lynx. There's not a lot of 1.9s.
Mm.
I can't think of a Toyota or Honda product that's a 1.9. I can't think of a Mazda product. I can't think of anything from Japan
Mm.
that's a 1.9.
Hmm.
I think in the spirit of, I can't think of any Chrysler products. I can't think of any GM. 1.9 is such a small,
It's a weird one.
it's a unique, just such a small pool to draw from. There's like
Hmm.
a gnat buzzing around, came out of nowhere. John Cena gnat. Um, I think I'm gonna, in the spirit of exactly out of nowhere. I'm thinking I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Mercury. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this is a 1986 Mercury Lynx. I didn't feel it didn't feel sporty enough for me to lean into the aforementioned XR3.
Mm.
So I'm just gonna say this is a 1986 Mercury Lynx LX. I guess I don't remember the base trim. Final answer, Bob.
This is not
Yeah.
a Mercury Lynx. That would have been great though. Um, what if what can I do to help you? Let me see if there's anything I can help
Um,
direct you.
without asking too much,
Hmm.
I mean, I just like pretty blatantly assumed this was a domestic manufacturer. Is
You
that correct?
did. You did do that. It's not.
Okay,
We're not domestic, my friend.
not domestic. So a 1.9.
Hmm.
I can't think of a Volkswagen that was 1.9. There was a 1.7. There was a 1.6, a 1.7, a 1.8. Don't think they had a 1.9. Well, they might have. And then the 2 liter forever. I can't think of an Audi product that had a 1.9. can't think of a Mercedes-Benz product that was a 1.9. I can't think of anything from God. Was there a Volvo or a Saab that was a 1.9? Not that I don't. Was there a B19? I can't think of one. I don't know. B20, B23, B18, Volvo products. So could it be Japanese? God, is this like an obscure Mitsubishi? Like the ghost of the Mitsubishi Cordia?
Don't bring it up. 3-door coupe too, remember?
Yeah. Mitsubishi Priuses, however I never figured out how to pronounce that thing. Which, God, could it be a Hyundai Excel? I don't think that was a 1.9. Riddle me this. The entire this entire exercise is dependent on me knowing 1.9 liter
It is
car.
it leans in. I will say this car only came in a 3-door coupe configuration.
Sure.
So that helps a little bit. It's also leaning on a sporty attributes.
Sure. Man.
1.9 is interesting. The displacement is very interesting. But I will tell you, you are missing some 1.9s for sure.
I clearly.
Not just this guy either.
Boy. I mean,
you got 2 strikes left.
Yeah, I know. And I'm trying to think if there's a Volkswagen if I frequently forget about Volkswagen in their catalog. I'm not
famous.
A Volkswagen guy.
You're kind of famous for that.
I'm not anti-Volkswagen. I just never, and there's some stuff that I would love. I just haven't.
That's what anti-Volkswagen people say, by the way.
This is true. Yeah, they're called not Nazis.
Wait, what?
Antifa. Big Antifa is anti-Volkswagen.
Oof.
Boy. I'm just gonna have to. Is this a? Golly, is this a Volkswagen? Is there? Trying to think if there's some Volkswagen Golf. If there's some dumbass Golf variant that somehow has a 1.9 in it. Because I wouldn't be a GTI. It would be more sporting and injected and bullshit, I think, than this. It's sporty, but not that sporty.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a G60 Corrado. I don't think it's a Scirocco. Fuck. 3-door, quote unquote, coupe. This is making for impressive listening, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is. This is a tough one. But you are missing I'm not saying you're missing like some niche 1.9s, but you're missing some big ones. You really are, buddy.
They're not that big. They're only 1.9.
It's a good size.
Come on.
It's a solid displacement.
I don't. Golly.
Take a stab, Captain.
It's not a diesel.
Oh. Bold proclamation.
Unless it is a diesel. That'd be fucking weird if they never mentioned it was a diesel. They just call it a 1.9. Is this a 1996 Golf, Volkswagen Golf?
It is not a Volkswagen Golf.
Okay.
It is not
TDI.
It's not a 1.9 TDI, which is the very common Volkswagen diesel engine.
Yeah.
This vehicle, rear-wheel drive. Ooh.
God,
that's a big old drop.
Timbers.
It did not mention that in the ad. So we're not domestic. It's not a fucking Volkswagen. And it's
certainly isn't.
Rear wheel
rear drive.
drive. 1.9.
Although I think technically Volkswagen did make a 1.9 rear wheel drive. Is it the very earliest still air cooled Vanagon we
Oh,
got? I think was a 1.9 before it was the Wasserboxer,
but that's
which then was
before
a 2.1.
that's before our fair game, right?
I
For our
think
quiz
80. I
game.
think 81, 80,
Oh,
81,
was
I
it?
think.
Okay. I
But
thought it was like
also
70s.
no. Um,
But definitely not a three-door coupe.
definitely not a three.
Decidedly so.
Yeah, like Brazilian market.
So rear-wheel drive,
Rear
1.9.
drive. What the fuck am I
Not
missing?
domestic, not Volkswagen. And this is
What?
one of the ones where you kick yourself after.
Am I gonna curb stomp my own genitals in a fit of rage?
We've done this to each other multiple times.
Um, no, we've only curb stomped each own genitals once.
It only takes once, but it feels like a lot.
Because it is. Um, 1.9
You're getting up against it on time.
rear drive. I promise you, I am. What am I missing? It's a Mercury Scorpio. No.
The big block in that one.
That's right. Wasn't that a 2.9 actually?
Yeah. 6-cylinder.
Yeah. The 1.9 three-door coupe, rear drive, almost out of time. God, is this like an early 626 coupe? I think those were 2 liters.
Mm.
And then a 2.2. What am I missing? It's not a Honda, clearly. I'm just gonna. It's a fucking Cordia.
This is payback for when you got me the Mitsubishi Cordia, which I don't think was the worst thing you ever stumped me on.
With those front drive.
I'm gonna need a final guess, my friend.
I'm gonna say, this is wrong, but I'm gonna say this is a 1983. It doesn't read like it, but I'm flunking out. I'm gonna say the 1983 Mazda 626 coupe. Flailing answer.
It is not a Mazda, my friend.
What are we talking about? What am I completely forgetting in existence? And I'm
What
gonna
if
be
I
upset about
said,
it?
did you know BMW had a bunch of 1.9s in the
In a
90s?
three-door coupe?
318 Ti.
That's right. That was a 1.9, huh?
It wasn't the 1.9. I am so shocked that you didn't jump on this one.
Wow.
We are talking about the 1990.
That's right. That's the
BMW
M42 powered car.
318 Ti.
Yeah. Yeah. My brain was like,
The ad
Yeah,
is cool
yeah.
as fuck looking. There you go.
oh, that's a good ad.
Yeah, it's killer. It's
Yeah.
the font is horrible. It's like the resolution's just dog shit. But yeah, 318 Ti. We've talked about these cars a few
Yeah.
times before.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you could
yeah.
also get a 1.9. Wouldn't be a three-door coupe, but you could get
Right.
technically, the Z3 base came with a 1.9 as well. So BMW had that motor. Remember, you could get a
Yeah, but
1.9
not in
powered.
the coupe. It was
But
never in the
still,
coupe.
it was
But
a
yeah.
1.9, right? But yeah, 318 Ti, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
That's
know
funny.
that car.
You know what's really funny? And this is purely based on naming scheme.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, obviously an early Z3 has a 1.9.
Correct.
Not as much obvious in my head is that
318.
the 318 is a 1.9. And I know
Sure.
it is a 1.9. It's that same exact engine.
Uh-huh.
That supplanted the M10. It is the M42, right?
M44 was the 1.9.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, like just somehow that naming scheme breaks my brain, which is not a lost thing on those cars because the Z3 2.3 is a 2.5.
Correct.
It's fuckery.
Yeah, it is all fuckery.
Yeah. Damn it.
Cool car
Okay.
though. We both like those. We
Yeah,
talked
those are
about
cool.
them.
Those are
Yeah.
cool. California
1.9s.
roof or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Okay,
California
one day.
roof with that little cloth section, right? That folds back.
How sick
Pretty-
and death trappy would one of those be with like a um anything swapped in it?
like
Like
a like a
LS1.
S52. Yeah, done. Death. Instant. I'd like to say good job, but
No, bad job.
you let
Foreshortened.
yourself down this time.
I absolutely did. Yeah,
It was a little
all of
tough.
this taking a rub print of each other's genitals really kind of threw me for a loop. Didn't get my head in the game, or did it?
Could you save us, Admiral?
Nope.
Admirable, Admiral Akbar, and it's a trap. The
Alu
1.9.
Akbar.
The 318 was a trap. That's fair.
There's
Naming
Trap
convention didn't make sense. Any PCP, which is Project Car Progress, for any narcs listening in on your
boy.
end, Frank?
Abusing some PCP. I have just like mild PCP.
Okay.
So
Microdosing.
yeah, exactly. We're close enough to Silicon Valley. We can microdose hallucinogens, and
Absolutely.
for the sake of productivity.
For the sake.
So Focus SVT.
Mhm.
I put it in the air.
I often
like
forget that
smoke.
you have that car. It's
Same. So because if where we last checked in, cooling system is officially sorted.
okay.
However, I still have that like terrible like wiggle wobble hucking over in freeway sweepers kind of motion coming out of the rear end.
Yep.
And it really feels like there's something super worn out. So I put it in the air, checked out all the bushings. They all look pretty good. I didn't have a pry bar, but I just got like a big flathead screwdriver. That's what I had on hand. I borrowed a lift, put it up there, and just prying around on stuff. And like stuff feels pretty good. I don't see anything completely torn. So maybe it is just the rear, and they look to be the original shocks in the rear. They might just be like hammered.
Weird.
Which it doesn't feel like that. It's not like I've got wheels hopping up and down.
Yeah.
I didn't have any weird tire wear on the old tires. They were just really old.
No
which is why I
banging
replaced
over
them.
like imperfections or anything like that.
No.
Huh.
I mean, you drove behind me when I was in that car, and you
saw your
saw.
butt. Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
had some
the waves coming out of the back of that thing, and it's
motion.
not. So I was just like, okay, well, let me just put rear shocks. And I hate to do only the rears and not also the fronts, but I'm not.
Too.
The slippery slope I'm going down. It's like I've already done both front axles, outer tie rods, sway bar end links in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to like pull all that apart now to put struts in it. I'm just not gonna.
Fair.
But in the rear, if it keeps it from like killing me or the next owner, I'm gonna do it.
Worth it. Yeah.
What's interesting is going part shopping on this. Like there's some parts, like I can cross-reference part numbers, but on any parts catalog, it basically is just like the fitment will only be like Focus, and it will just specify like wagon or like standard, right? Or like, it'll just say like
God, because they had wagon, hatch,
sedan.
and sedan, right, for that
it'll
model.
just say it'll just say like 3-door, 5-door, or it'll say wagon. And all these different manufacturers. And some of them will say like SE trim, ZX3, ZX5. Nothing. Like you go to Rock Auto, the entire catalog, and there's a billion offerings.
SVT specific.
They're not, SVT isn't listed anywhere.
Fuck, dude.
In anything. It never mentions like SVT as if it exists. And then even looking around online, there's not a whole lot of information. Like anyone who has an SVT and they're putting shocks and struts on it, they're doing like KYB AGXs, or they're doing Bilsteins. They're upgrading. And so like, oh, buy these. They're not like buy this like stock equivalent replacement. And if I'm only doing the rears, I'm not going to put like Bilsteins or like AGX adjustables in just the rear.
What were the stalkers on that? KYB or Coney's probably for the SVT?
I don't know.
Well, you should see if you can see a manufacturer like print on it and see what the.
So what I did find is so what I deduced a little bit going through the Rock Auto catalog. There's one offering on there, because I'm a Rock Auto truther.
I am too.
They do list one Motorcraft offering for the rears,
Okay.
not even for the fronts, which is weird. But they have Motorcraft for the rear, and it only specifies on there. It just says with with heavy duty sway bar,
Oh,
which would speak to me as SVT.
sure. I would
And now
say
I
so.
click through, and you can get on there. They'll do a part number cross reference, and there's a part number cross reference which is to another part number for the SVT, which has then been superseded by a more modern part number.
Hmm.
So like kind of going like following the breadcrumbs, it looks like this is the Motorcraft SVT fitment
Okay.
for a factory equivalent rear shocks
And
that
they
are
were
SVT specific.
were they the same for the SVT sedans and coupes though?
All of the
4-door, 2-door, sorry. Not necessarily
all of
sedan.
the yes.
Okay.
In short, yes. Um and they were not profoundly expensive. I think they were, what were they, like $48 a piece or something?
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, and so I ordered them, and they will be
Ooh.
here this week.
I'm excited to hear how this turns out.
Yeah, because I don't.
They don't
I'm kind of at
fit.
the end of my rope.
They don't fit, and they don't take care of the butt wobble.
They'll definitely fit. Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing. So I ordered them. They were like $48 a piece or whatever. I also got replacement upper mounts
Nice. Yep.
for the rear because it's got like a triangular hockey puck kind of mount on the tops,
The little top mounts.
and then a
Yep.
standard just round single bolt for the lower on the whatever trailing arm side.
Yep.
It should be pretty easy to knock out. Famous last words. So I've got that coming, and then I'm hoping, because here's the thing: if we're gonna move on to the next challenge of the overlanding, I kind of want like space and time and money
You can't.
to do this.
You
right?
just can't keep collecting the APA challenge vehicles, Frank. You just
Right.
you can't do it.
Exactly. So yeah, so we'll see. Those should land here any day. I also got new oil filters for my daily, the Lexus CT200H, because the moment I finished changing the oil in my wife's car, I got my service reminder on my daily. So it's time
Nice.
to do that. And so I threw them in. I was already paying for the shipping. 3 oil filters so I can have some on stock on hand. Added 0 to the shipping
Nice.
because they're light. So yeah, same warehouse, all the same thing. So coming in hot.
Killer.
How about you?
That's awesome. You know, you can get the Lexus Toyota OEM ones at Walmart for the CT200H. It's so damn cheap, dude.
Nice.
Like, it's kind of wild. Yeah, for me, continuation of the tracker drama that's been currently unfolding. So I got everything back together. It's always fun to take your engine apart just to peek at your timing belt and then put it
Yeah.
all back, right? Put
Oh,
the
yeah.
radiator and put the coolant back in. So
It's still there.
when's the last time you used the timing light? It's been a while, probably.
Been a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's super fun. I love
Blinky.
talk about a lost art, dude. In 20 years, no one's gonna know what the fuck a timing light is.
Oh yeah.
But
Let alone back in the day with you had like the big huge box on wheels tune-up thing where
the
you had to,
tune-up, yes, dude,
yeah, the
yes.
sun
System, whatever the
tuner, and you have to like you're like setting dwell and shit on like mechanical points.
So fucking cool.
Yeah, those are fun.
But timing lights are pretty straightforward. You just have to find out where to connect it to, whatever spark plug it is. It's 1 or 4, depending on the kind of engine. But then you go ahead and shoot it on the tracker sidekick. The 8-valve motor, anyway, from this vintage is at 8 degrees for top dead center. And as long as you're there, you should be good. Now, to vibrate like mine is, the ignition timing would have to be terribly off.
Right.
Would you be shocked if I fucking told you I fired it up and it was perfect?
Dead
it was
on, of course.
dead on. So when I had the timing belt off, I had perfect access to mark on the the timing cover and do the 8-degree line and everything with
Make it
paint
nice and
marker.
easy.
Make it nice and easy because it lights up with that strobe really nice. Perfect. Ignition timing's perfect. The valve lash. A lot of people are like, dude, when you do the valve covers, you should adjust the valve lash. So I check. Because what I don't want to do in every valve cover gasket job is like show people me putting a feeler gauge under every, because it's time consuming and it's boring if you don't have to adjust. So that someone was in there because everything was adjusted perfect. And those engines it's not like a Honda motor from back in the day. Remember you had to do it every time.
Yeah.
Dude, ignition timing's perfect. So timing belt's perfect. Ignition timing's perfect. It's got to be that other motor mount. It's got to be the one. There's two more, right? There's the transmission and there's
Right,
the
transmission.
passenger side. The passenger side's a pain in that dick. So unfortunately, I think I'm there. I think I'm there where I'm going to have to do that motor mount. And it's, dude,
That's the car behind me. Like
motor.
you can see on the roof if you're watching video home. That is a new transmission torque arm in a box.
Fuck, it's hard on
And,
some of these cars.
It's
the
not
packaging.
super difficult to do on this car, but the one that came out of it didn't look that bad. I pulled it out, and it wasn't catastrophically pricey to just buy a new one, so I'm doing it. But like I truly think I'm going to put it all back together.
And still have it.
Aftermarket mount, and all the other mounts look really good, and they're new because this motor in this car's not super old. And but they're aftermarket, and you can't get new it might just be a function of the aftermarket mounts. I don't know, and maybe you're going to run into that too.
Right. So, but the one I did replace, the reason I did the driver's side is because it was cracked. Like all the rubber was it had the stress cracks, which anything over 10 years will have, but it had huge cracks and huge gaps, and I could move it around. So I'm like, this is definitely the culprit.
Yeah.
Usually when you do your bad one, it shores up a little bit. It's just as bad. So you can play the whole chasing game. And like on the NX 2000, I did all the motor mounts by dropping that little subframe and putting them on the subframe and putting it back. Took like an hour. Now on this vehicle, you have to drop every bracket. There's accessory brackets you need to disconnect. You take your accessory belts. It's a fucking nightmare, and it's a bad access. Sucks. It's hard access, right? Because it's a very small hood area on the Geo Tracker Suzuki Sidekick. So it's one of those. You know how some things are easy, like I could do all the spark plugs in 10 minutes, but motor mounts, which are easy on most cars, are a nightmare on this one. It's just every car has its thing, right?
Right.
So right now I'm going to start the chasing motor mounts game, which you're right. Parts are cheap, but the labor can be a real pain in the dick. And thank God, dude, there's no rust on this vehicle because motor mounts, those down low motor mounts.
We've got it so easy. You've got it so easy on all this stuff.
You're back home, you're cutting those fuckers off. I'm not saying there's Geo Trackers still back in the Northeast because they're all gone.
Right.
But yeah, dude, no rust because it's a pain in the dick. But that's what I'm doing. So, hey, man, timing belt's good. Ignition timing's good. Yep. Motor mounts? I love old diagnostic tests.
That's right. That's right. And your check engine light that tells you everything is okay is still okay?
Stayed off. So there's no faults. The engine's running. Vehicle feels great. It's just, and I don't have a tack, so I can't tell you, except when I had the timing light on, right? Because I have one of the digital ones that has the tack, and I'm like, it's exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah.
But you can usually tell when you're surging, right? You can hear it and feel it. So let's go. Motor mounts.
Alrighty.
I'll take it.
Mount up. Speaking of mounting up, thanks for tagging along.
Yeah.
If you want to continue to stalk us, please do listen along or watch along. If you haven't checked out the YouTube, check that out. If you're tired of staring at us, which you should be, and you want to just listen to us as a more palatable way to consume what we're putting on the table. Great. Listen anywhere you listen to podcasts. We also, we've got a Patreon now. I don't know if we have sung it from the mountaintops loud enough. If you want to watch us abuse terrible alcoholic beverages, pay for our Patreon. That's patreon.com/APA pod. $5 gets you in the door. We spend that money on terrible liquids to drink for your watching and listening displeasure, because you get access to a bonus episode or late night confidential episodes, and those are fun and they're great. So please play along and support us so one day we can stop losing money on this awful business venture. Chadwick, if people want to, if you want to stalk me outside of this, you shouldn't. But if you do, I'm at the Photographer's Garage on all the things. How about you, Mr. Chad to the Wick?
Yeah, Auto Obscure Garage, mostly on YouTube. Rescues, restorations, reviews, Tracker EGR, possibly Tracker, more motor mounts coming up. This thing keeps feeding me more content, but that's all I got. But thanks for checking us out, guys. And we'll catch you in like a week, something like that.
Yeah, give or take.
Give or take. All right. Take care, guys.
Goodbye.
As always.